Welcome to Buzz Around the Globe. North Korean leader Kim Jong Un told Russian President Vladimir Putin that Russia was fighting a sacred war with the West and that the two countries would battle with imperialism together. Russia has risen to a sacred fight to protect its sovereignty and security against the hegemonic forces, Kim told Putin via a translator. We will always support the decisions of President Putin and the Russian leadership, and we will be together in the fight against imperialism. Russian President Vladimir Putin shook hands with a beaming North Korean leader Kim Jong Un at the Vostochny Cosmodrome on Wednesday. Images released by the Kremlin showed, kicking off a meeting that could see the internationally isolated leaders forge an arms deal. Accompanied by an entourage that suggested a strong military focus for the summit, the North Korean leader traveled overland to Russia in his bulletproof train, the official Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, reported. Kim thanked Putin for inviting him to visit, despite the Russian leader's busy schedule. Having earlier stressed the trip, his first post-pandemic foreign travel, showed North Korea was prioritizing the strategic importance of its Russia ties. Talks between Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong Un began on Wednesday at the Vostochny Cosmodrome, Russian state news agency TASS reported. Putin in his opening remarks welcomed Kim to Russia and said he was glad to see him. Putin listed economic cooperation, humanitarian issues, and the situation in the region among the agenda items for their talks. The talks, which included their delegations, began shortly after Putin and Kim toured various facilities at the Cosmodrome, including 2 launch pads. The leaders met at the remote Siberian rocket launch facility for a summit that underscores how the two leaders' interests are aligning in the face of their separate, intensifying confrontations with the United States. The two men began their meeting with a tour of a Soyuz 2 space rocket launch facility, at which the North Korean leader peppered a Russian space official with questions about the rockets. Kim's meeting with Putin came hours after North Korea fired 2 ballistic missiles toward the sea, extending a highly provocative run in North Korean weapons testing since the start of 2022, as Kim used the distraction caused by Putin's war on Ukraine to accelerate his weapons development. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff didn't immediately say how far the North Korean missiles flew. Japan's Coast Guard, citing Tokyo's defense ministry, said the missiles have likely already landed, but still urged vessels to watch for falling objects. Putin welcomed Kim's limousine, brought from Pyongyang in the North Korean leader's special armored train, at the entrance to the launch facility with a handshake that lasted around 40 seconds. Putin said he was very glad to see Kim. Kim's translator thanked Putin for the warm welcome, despite being busy. The decision to meet at Cosmodrome suggests that Kim is seeking Russian technical assistance for his efforts to develop military reconnaissance satellites, which he has described as crucial in enhancing the threat of his nuclear-capable missiles. In recent months, North Korea has repeatedly failed to put its first military spy satellite into orbit. Asked whether Russia will help North Korea build satellites, Putin was quoted by Russian state media as saying, "That's why we have come here." The DPRK leader shows keen interest in rocket technology. They're trying to develop space too, using the abbreviation for North Korea's formal name, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Asked about military cooperation, Putin said, "We will talk about all issues without a rush. There is time." For Putin, the meeting with Kim is an opportunity to refill ammunition stores that the 18-month-old war has drained. North Korea may have tens of millions of aging artillery shells and rockets based on Soviet designs that could give a huge boost to the Russian army in Ukraine, analysts say. Do tell us what you think about this video in the comments section, and for more news updates, subscribe to India Today.